A lot of years. When I walked up just now, I just felt, butterflies seeing this thing.
It's been decades since they last saw this fire truck.
It's a lot of memories right here.
Some good memories.
Yeah, this old girl's seen a lot of action.
Firemen and rescue units really didn't have a chance.
And the darkest day in Petersburg Fire Department's history.
It was March 19th, 1982.
A day they remember.
Every second.
It was yesterday.
It's a nightmare those who were there
I was the first to arrive on the scene.
can't forget.
You can still see the scene. You can still see, what you were doing and what was happening around you.
When we pulled up on the scene, there were, on the second and third floor, there were residents in the windows with flashlights and handkerchiefs.
Even before arriving at the three-story building on the corner of Franklin and Sycamore Streets, firefighters knew.
When we turned off of Market Street onto Sycamore Street, see, that it was a big fire, black smoke just rolling across Sycamore Street.
But no one knew things were going to get worse. Glenn Dean remembers spotting a woman, 78-year-old Daisy Houchins, on a balcony.
I looked down to see what we were doing, and I looked back up, and she was gone. The balcony, everything was gone.
At the time, it was reported
at least 10 of the nearby stores were damaged from the 3 explosions.
the last one Captain Rice saw coming.
I was standing in front of the building, and I could see coming through the building this huge wall of blue fire. And that's when the whole building blew like an atomic bomb hit it.
One of the firefighters on scene, Sergeant Mike Goff.
Mike came in on truck 2 from the Warren Hill station.
Captain Rice immediately put him to work.
I assigned him to ladder the building and to assist with rescues.
And when the last explosion hit,
The explosion wiped out our entire shift.
At least 25 people suffered injuries. That includes firemen and the fire chief, policemen and citizens. About 19 of them were treated at the nearby Petersburg General Hospital.
valiant efforts of firefighters from 6 different fire departments credited with saving downtown.
I say without the assistance of our mutual aid help, we may have lost our entire downtown strip. And that's not an exaggeration.
How true is that statement?
Very true, really true. I mean, it could have completely wiped out the entire block of Sycamore Street.
Reports at the time of the fire,
The total damage from the downtown fire will probably exceed $3 million.
but as the fire is brought under control, firefighters realize one of their own is missing.
A while after that, the news came across that Mike was found and confirmed that he didn't make it.
40 years later,
He had this laugh that no one could imitate. It was just unbelievable.
Sergeant Goff has not been forgotten.
I think about Mike quite often, and especially certain things that happened through my life.
The man who gave his life helping others,
I think that was the biggest part about Mike, more so than the fire service itself. Mike loved helping people. That was his main goal in life.
just hours after the explosion, Sergeant Gene Beamer given the most difficult assignment in his career, drive the fire truck Mike Goff had driven to the fire back to the fire station.
It was almost a guilt feeling that I was the one bringing that truck back to that station, knowing that he was left behind and not knowing where he was at the time.
So when Mike Goff was killed in the line of duty,
it wasn't just a firefighter killed, it was a friend. I mean, a dear friend to all of us that was killed in the line of duty. It was just devastating.
One of the most heartbreakingest things I've ever had to go through in my entire life, knowing that I'd just seen him alive that morning, laughing and carrying on a good conversation with him, and just knowing that I was going to see him the next day when I came back into work, and I never saw him again.
The funeral procession went on for miles as first responders and civilians honored the man so many knew and loved. Less than 2 years after his death, friends and fellow firefighters came up with a way to keep Mike's name and memory alive by raising funds and creating the Mike Goff Scholarship Fund, which is given out every year.